Enemies are lurking around my castle grounds.
I dare say something's happening up in the cursed forest. Haveki will deal with it, I'm sure.
Do any of you have flower petals? Can you grab some for me?
What sort of flower?
There are so many flowers in this room!
Yes, but I'm stuck.
Stop.
I'm in the middle right now.
What do you mean?
Yes, I'm resting. I'm resting in place I don't want to stand.
You are, but what sort of flower petals do you want?
No, Vivi's got me.
I will go see what's going on up north. I'll be back.
Barbados, with her, please.
Of course.
Remember what we said about not traveling alone because we're at war and all that?
Of course.
I suppose I'll probably have to be barkeep while Barbados is out. What are we charging these days, do you know?
I believe it's 2 fish in a store.
2 fish in the story. All right. We're letting anyone in, or, well, those we trust. If we are going to put it on the way gates, after all, we ought to be prepared for the possibility of... Oh, right, we're inviting just the Rotlings, I forgot.
We can just invite the Rotlings, and I'm sure that they will disseminate the information as they see fit.
Yes.
They have questions, yada yada yada, and perhaps it'll encourage some reluctant holdouts to join our rank.
Of course, that is that. Can explain what they have felt. Though, we have previously spoken about not knowing about its presence. There are some who will pick up on them.
Well, the plan is to simply be honest about the fact that we were keeping it to ourselves because we did not think it would be pertinent, and it could be bad if, well, we thought no one was going to act on anything. Just until we needed to crawl upon it and it made itself incredibly visible. It was safer to keep it hidden. We can apologize. I'd be willing to. I don't like hiding things, but...
We do so out of necessity, Dorian. We always have. We always will.
I'm aware.
You already know. We are seen as what we are not, by the nature of our existence. That is what you taught me, isn't it? All those years ago. But I will be seen as something else for as long as I live. I thirst not for cluster. Some people will not be able to help themselves. Some will turn to violence. But we have
It's...
always will.
Indeed.
You'll always have me. I'll always be at your side.
I'll always have you.
And me, if I can help
Of course not. You're... What would we do without you? Die terribly. That's what we would die terribly. It's not even up for debate.
Well, that's a little blood magic to tide you over.
Thank you.
Of course. One of these days I'll have a jewel for it that does everything I want it to. One of these days. Though it may not until we can get a militaristic mode to put on those greater Stygia, but I'll be able to manage that. Remains to be seen.
Sorry, I'm just so overcome with how much I love everyone here. How much I love you, Dorian, how much I love you, Karina, and how much I love Barbados, and how much I love Amraiha, and... well, usually Amraiha. I even love Ishra sometimes, and sometimes Haveki is just so funny and so charming that I just want to squish his little cheeks, but I don't because I know he'll kill me about it.
It does seem like the kind of thing you do. Yeah. But what? Or whatever it is you'd say. I love you so very dearly. When you were gone, but both of you were gone, it was as if there were two very large, very important holes in my heart that suddenly weren't there. But nothingness, with nothing to fill it. It was a void, two of them. I've not felt so beside myself, I think perhaps ever. But you're here. You're back and you're okay.
All will be well. I was talking with Ishra earlier this cycle, and I believe that it is, oh! Was that from Gascoigne? What did he say?
Yes, that seems his manner to live.
Yes, it is from Gascoigne. Dorian, I have but one question. As the presence is too singular to be another highway cluster, is the presence the entropic Leviathan? So Gascoigne's already figured it out.
Well, I would say don't respond over that. Just encourage him to come and ask us questions in person. And maybe
Fair
even
enough.
intentionally vague. Say it's more complicated than that. You must come talk.
Yes,
Well,
much
it's sort of...
to him in person on the subject.
I'd rather see his reaction in person, Dorian.
No, I know. I'm just going to say it's not actually more complicated than that, though. If I say it's more complicated than that, and then he shows up and I just say yes. I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean.
That odd sound again, as if someone's trying to face down the sun and give the middle finger.
Maybe there's a bat, some Noctum fuck, resting on our rafters, getting caught by his.
That's impossible.
The sun is going to rise soon.
It will. Very much will. I sense that Raiha and Barbados are returning shortly.
Good. I'm glad. I didn't sense their vitality lapse at all, so I'm
Foes
just going to
gather
assume
at my
someone is like...
castle.
I do hope.
Now it's the other one.
Anything?
Forgive me, I'm tired. My focus wasn't quite there. I will return momentarily.
I do wonder when any of them will arrive.
I'm just planning on resting here in case anyone does take me up.
Oh,
You don't need to
yes.
that the entire time.
Yes, I'll be right back. But Dorian, you know how I love your company. Spending time
Thank
with
you.
is one of my very, very favorite things. Barbados. Would you like to go around? Tend to your spirits.
Allow me to get more comfortable. Let us relax.
back, my lady. Did you find anything?
No, there was a horse outside of the small keep, but that's all.
Odd. Very odd. Well, nobody's getting in the doors without a siege column, and that would be rather apparent.
I've only heard the horn of a single siege golem in quite some time, and that was the Mancinis clearing, well, a plot of land of all of its trees and rocks. Resource gathering, they said, and I watched them, and that's all it was. Surprisingly.
Good to know.
Where is Emraya? Why can I not see you?
Chair spirits.
Oh, there you
A
I was so
moment's
confused.
respite.
Worth noting, useful information there, but they do have access to siege columns either by their own make or other ways.
They, this was before the ritual, so it was quite some time ago.
I see. Well, I can imagine that their stores have only grown since then. I haven't stayed with their family. No. The only one I think I'll turn my blade on is Jezebel.
Perhaps not speak about blades in the circle.
It's true. This is Dorian's soft pile. This is where he gets to be soft.
Very well.
He doesn't like. What if you pierce the pillows with your shovel?
Well, here, let me make a point of it and set my daggers off to the side out of the circle.
Thank you. Ah, hello.
Ah, Gascoigne. Welcome.
A moment's respite.
Greetings.
Would you like to join us in the circle?
What are you doing in the circle?
Togetherness with
I'm resting. I love the circle.
He really does. It's his favorite place.
It's been a rough cycle. You know, reconstitution and all that. You don't have to enter it if it makes you uncomfortable, though.
But we should still talk about it.
Yes. I'm sure you have questions, Gascoigne.
Let us relax.
Can you tell us what you felt? I'm curious how it felt to you.
At first, it was a massive presence I noticed. My first thought was it was most assuredly another high-fae cluster, like the same one 200 years ago, but that is when I knew. Not clamoring and wild as the high-fae were. It was like the foundations beneath me suddenly buckled and bent.
Yes. First, want to say that with your letter, you were right on the money. It is, in fact, the entropy divider. It's... well... it is present within these lands.
And that is why the cult
Yes.
of decay is here. We are the cult that serves the entropy leviathan, just as the cult of the damned serves the shadow leviathan.
So why would you put the mark of the Cult of Decay upon my shadow altar then? Would that not cause
The triangle
conflict?
is the cult of axioms, Mark, dear. It applies to both.
Hmm.
Our sigil is a purple sigil. It's a purple circle, rather, with triangles inside it. But the single triangle is all cults of axiom. It is our united symbol.
Noted.
Okay, so essentially it is present, but it is dormant in most cases. It doesn't necessarily respond unless there's great acts of magical movement within the bonds or specific offerings or things like that. It doesn't, well, you know.
Yes, I can tell it is slumbering at the current moment. There's a theory one of the Academy proposed how they noticed that it would appear that much of the magic that is created during these rituals that the Cult of Decay has been doing seems to vanish in certain. I
Wow.
assume that is being fed to the Entropic Leviathan.
Yes and no. We are truly unspooling much of the, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain. The entropic clusters that are stuck in the ground, the snares, think of them as rotten fruit. They're not good to eat anymore. They're too old, too stuck. So when we unwind them, a bit of the byproduct of that magic, we do funnel through our bonds with the Leviathan to the Leviathan, but most of that magic just genuinely get released into the world. It's not a good food source. Again, rotten fruit.
Then there's only one other question I suppose I have, but I do not expect it to be, well, true, which is a theory. Although, actually, your earlier comments already disprove that theory.
Well, speak your mind regardless. We are your allies.
The question is just very simply, is the Entropic Leviathan and Axiom one and the same, as entropy is all schools of magic combined? It would stand to reason that perhaps they were the same entity, considering how entropy can mimic other schools, but you've already spoken as if they were separate. So, I was expecting a faster response on that question.
I'm sorry. I... Vanity.
Spirits are attacking my ears, and so I sort of assumed that Dorian would answer the question, but if you'd like to repeat it in its entirety, I'd be happy to answer it for you.
I was also... Coincidentally, I thought of my spirits at the same time. I wonder if the same one's got both of us somehow.
You are
Probably, yes. Sorry, Gascoigne. Please repeat your question.
This is quite the unique timing.
Perhaps our spirits are simply in rhythm. They could be working together, they could be on a team.
Sorry, I did not speak on it.
Again, I apologize, Gascoigne. Repeat your question.
It is understandable. The question I had was seemingly already answered by an earlier comment, but it was a question of if Axiom and the Entropic Leviathan are one and the same due to Entropy's unique traits. But
No,
it appears
no.
no.
After the wake of the last era, entropy is sort of solidified and made more of a presence
Enemies are
in the lay
lurking
itself,
around my
so we
castle
consider it to be
grounds.
its own school of magic.
It has been
Yes, it's-
200 years since I've seen entropy being actively used as its own magic, but back then it could mimic other schools and not do that.
It is still that way, but it's also it's more stable. It's something that lingers longer. Its shelf life is still short, but it's longer than it was. It's something that's actually castable if you've got the right dedication, I suppose. Oh, well, that hit the table.
I assume she's attempting to show me something, but I cannot see it.
Yes, but actually, yes.
Allow me
I'm
to
just
get
making
more
little mushrooms
comfort.
grow out of the floor, and sometimes they attack people.
Yes, well, I'll have to think on it a bit more. So.
It's, since, well, the Leviathans are Axiom's hands, so one of Axiom's hands is that of entropy. That's...
I'll have a seat.
That is what it is.
All of the Leviathans are Axiom's hands. Its presence, the presence of magic in the world, and this one is no different. We don't believe it any more Axiom than any other Leviathan. But your perspective is certainly charming. I don't think Isher would appreciate it, but I certainly think it may bear some thought, but maybe.
It's perhaps don't repeat that in front of other cultural damned
I
members
do
and
not
Reinhard. I'm
plan
looking
on
at you.
repeating it since I now know that it is incorrect. It was simply a theory I had. I don't know very well how exactly your religion worked.
Karina, does someone want to give you paper?
Yes, I think so. It's still keys.
Cast your gaze.
Hello. Test your phone. What can I do for you? You have medical supplies? Wonderful. Please hand them over. I'd be very grateful to accept them. Of course. One moment. I know I have been offering necklaces. What sort of gem would you like in yours? Very well. No, there's three options: bestowed, sapphire, and amethyst. Which do you prefer? I'll grab you one with the bestowed. It's my preferred.
Knight's greeting.
I truly thank you for the effort in this regard. With wartime coming, it's necessary now more than ever. Thank you. Now I take it that you stand that your action is wishing to keep a neutrality about things. I regardless appreciate your aid in this regard. This war does not involve you unless you wish it to. If you wish to truly remain neutral, then make sure you stay out of the way. Thank you, Bastian.
Reality is not fun. I was unable to move within my tower for a solid day.
Yes, that happened the same with me when dealing with the Shadow Leviathan.
I'll have a seat.
Ah, a fellow of shadows.
Yes, Shadow has been my forte. Well, 200 years ago it was, and then I had to leave Arderin, which was inconducive to continuing to work with shadows, and then...
I was born with affinity to shadow. It's half the reason Lord Heveki even saved my life. But that's not a talk for right now.
I was lost after the end of the last era. We were facing so much hatred wherever we went. I was afflicted. I was kindred before, obviously. But I was afflicted in the last era, and I was just looking for purpose. I found Dorian, and the two of us really hit it off. And a while later, we ran into Barbados, and then Karina. We roamed around, the four of us, for a very long time. We were looking for something... I don't know. Purpose, home. The world was big and scary and hated us. People would attack us, try to set us on fire. It was a scary time to be a Rotling, I'm sure you know. But we found the Leviathan. Dorian and I were among the first of its bound. The Leviathan is... To gaze upon it is to see divinity. I really don't know how to word it any other way. I feel at peace, as one of the bound. But if you are interested in exploring what it means to be bound to a Leviathan, I'd be happy to talk at you at length. Or talk with you at length, rather. Though I would appreciate if anything that is spoken about this cycle stays quiet. We are at war with Noctum, after all, and we don't want them knowing who our important figures are any more than we have to. I know that Dorian and I are high priests, but knowing that we are bound to the Leviathan may cause us to be targeted.
Yes.
Not that we're not getting targeted already, but, you know,
I shall avoid mentioning that to others.
Thank you. Your discretion.
Extra targeted, I guess you could say.
Yes. Particularly if word gets out about your lack, your one difficulties in concentrating into your body. So, risks
I appreciate the concern. I'll try and be careful. We were just caught off guard. We didn't expect them to violate the ceasefire like that.
Hmm.
Oh dear. Hannah did something of the illusion Leviathan Shrine, I think.
Yes, I just received that letter as well.
I will write
I
this.
received it as well.
Hmm. If
Alexei is now asking me specifically for my open finder.
The witching hour draws to.
I,
I don't want you going out until it is over, Karina.
Of course.
I would like to say that I can tell that Hannah is currently struggling within the bonds. I'm trying to be a calming presence. But do be careful if you go out. Don't push her too hard.
She's very loud.
She is clearly struggling. I did not know she dared. I wish that she made an offering, but altered the illusion of I think it's two now.
I'd assumed that that suspicion was a response to the enlarged presence, that perhaps she's becoming paranoid as another hyphen cluster.
Unfortunately,
I,
the illusion Leviathan is known for being a trickster. It is vindictive for a Leviathan. It wants only those who can maintain strong minds, from what I understand. So those that are beseeching it for power are put through the ringer, I suppose. Only those who stay sane will get its power. So fucking with its altar is a sure way to put your brain in a whirlpool and have it be pulled into 10 different directions. It's not something that I recommend to the weak.
yes, so I wish I could. I wish I could be there and do something, but I still have to rest. I still have to rest. If you need somewhere to bring her, and for some reason here makes the most sense, I would love the chance to speak with her, but I understand if, well, her family would rather be seen home, or wherever she's being taken.
Set my will.
I will be back. Suddenly, I will be safe.
The witching hour is in like 5 ticks, Barbados.
I'm taking the tunnel.
Okay. You feel like you've got a lot on your mind, Gascoigne. Do you want to talk about it? Might help to talk it through. We're all part of the same cluster, and Raiha is a cute little squishy entropic human, so she's halfway here.
She'll get there one day.
I would really appreciate it if you stopped saying that.
Oh, it's all
So which bit?
It feels as if you are counting on my death soon, and it's not very comforting.
No, it wouldn't be.
I mean, your death will
Yes.
simply be soon in regards to how long-lived we are.
Yes, I've been around for centuries, so
forget, but
I mean-
I'm
comparatively.
a century older than you, Raiha.
Oh, you're both babies. I mean, Raiha, you could be like Leandra, immortal, still human, and very shadow goopy. So, I mean, we don't even need to make you a rotling to keep you forever.
Yes, shadow magic does let you do some incredible things.
Amara, I encourage you to shoot for the stars. Be human forever. You can do it. I believe in you.
Become shadow goop, make your skin look paper white. Flake wherever you go, just like Leandra. That's what I want for you. I think you can do it, I believe. Rah, rah, rah.
The pustules already burst on occasion. I'd rather not have more things fall out of me.
That's why you've got to dry yourself out. Just become so in tune with death and decay that your skin is just permanently dry.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Then just become an undead.
Not anytime soon.
Then don't worry about it, because you will die eventually.
As all things do.
As all things do.
I am a necromancer. I am not afraid of death. I, however, do not enjoy its mention regarding me consistently.
Well, something was on your mind, Gascoigne.
Yes, something is quite on my mind. Shadow magic, its control and power is important to me, so the idea of giving offerings to an entropy leviathan and giving up on shadow is hard to make that decision.
I will say that, well, as a rogueling, you would have a leg up. But at the same time, I would say whatever calls to you, calls to you. Just try and make your decision between, well, before you go too far down any one path. It's harder to make those offerings of forgiveness and switch sides, so to speak, the further in you get. It doesn't need to be a decision you make right now, but
How about I ask a different question?
certainly.
What does your faith believe happens to someone when they die? Final death, that is. Do you
Well-
believe that rotlings and vampires and humans go to different places in the afterlife, so to speak?
I think it depends on the cult. Axiom is a unique faith in that we are more in line on opinions of magic and philosophy than we are about other questions that religions might ponder. Things like the afterlife, where life comes from. Well, we're all in agreement that life comes from Axiom, and that life may return to Axiom. What that means looks a little different. I personally believe that there probably is some sort of afterlife. I've seen ghosts, I've seen shades. I imagine that we all go somewhere. Somewhere into Axiom's arms. A realm somewhere, maybe. I don't know. It's not an answer that I've been given, and it's not my place to question or to make assumptions. I've heard others believe that people just return to magic. They become one with Axiom, and then they are reborn in a new life somewhere. I've heard other people think that they go to the mirror realm. And it really just depends on the cult of Axiom. So if you have a particular idea of something that makes sense to you, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. You're welcome to your own personal beliefs and philosophies.
Very simply, I do not know. The last faith I followed turned out to be false. And there is someone who died 200 years ago that was not within the bonds when they died. So if there is a chance that rotlings go somewhere different than those who are not within the bonds, I would ask that in my final moments someone purges all the entropy from me. No
Well,
matter how painful that may be.
I would say that if you're looking for a specific answer as to where we go when we die, that is not something we have. Additionally, well, it's it's not... How do I put this? There were stories back then of people who were free of entropy, who then died, who were later still heard within the bonds. So, whichever way that belief leads you, it is something that has been talked about to me.
I know very well what you referred to.
I've heard many stories through my time talking to people here. Welcome back, Valdos.
I suppose.
So I would hesitate to do something so drastic as that. Entropy at this point is a part of you. It is a part of who you are. To try and remove it is more than cutting out a limb, it's cutting out a heart.
It is inextricably part of your core as it is mine. You could not unleave it if you tried, I think. There are manipulations that can be done to one's core. Most of them incredibly dangerous. But I don't think that many of us, if we tried, would be able to live through the process of removing the entropy latent and laid upon our core.
There is a
Well-
reason why I said if it was my final moments, I would not
Yes.
expect to survive such a thing, but I would be able to rest with the one I care most for.
Well, like I said, we don't have the answers when it comes to what happens when one dies, but
Such a request, Gascoigne, if possible, would be incredibly violent, and if it is truly what you wish for, if that is,
I would still be hesitant, I admit.
I am hesitant as well, but I will keep it in mind.
I think Gascoigne. I do think that the bonds carry echoes of everyone that's ever been in them. Entropy as a way of whirling around, and so the entropy that was on a Rotling at some point, before they died, even if it wasn't active and manifested in the time of their passing, their entropic thread would have still been intact. Perhaps some part of that person you're missing still lingers in the bonds.
200 years ago it did, but I don't hear her anymore.
There we go now. Things have changed. Who knows? Maybe as the Leviathan grows, the bonds will get strong, and you'll hear those whispers again. I don't know.
I have never heard the echoes that have been spoken of. I do not even know if they are possible to return.
Back then, it was the High Fae that used their voices, and that is why you will not hear many speaking kindly on it.
The High Fae are all dead. The High Fae cluster is dead. The Leviathan was
Yes.
born sometime after the end of the last era, and we don't know exactly. But it wasn't. I don't believe it was alive in the last era. That's my personal opinion. Others may disagree, but I don't think it was born yet.
The reason I bring it up is simply that most view it as simply a trick.
Gascoigne, my point of view on the matter is that, well, when it comes to, well, the situation you're describing, there are too many unknowns to say for certain if, well, Well,
Thank you, Gascoigne. We are all of us grateful that you helped in this regard.
you did just say not to thank him.
Yes.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Hmm. Well, in any case, I will refrain from thanking you as per your request, but nonetheless, I am glad that you were there. How about that?
Very well.
Well,
Yes, I don't like needing to watch her go off without me. I really don't like it.
well, I tried to say you could go with her,
No,
but
you did. She has insisted, and when my lady insists, that is what she gets.
stubborn. Quite unfortunate. We could have had card readings.
I want her to read my cards. She was going to last night. I had
Well,
to I had to take everyone's medical supplies. And I don't know. I have energy. I need to do something with it.
all right. Go take care of your energy. I'm fine right here, just laying in the circle.
All right, I'll be right back.
Embrace whatever happens, and trust in the world to give you that outcome that you so desire. That would be my view on the matter. If you want to go check on her, you can just blame me.
She gave me a direct command.
Anyways, you were about to say something, Gascoigne.
It doesn't matter anymore.
What you were going to say, or...
Allow me to get more comfortable.
She died when she wasn't in the bonds because I forced her to get cured of the entropy. She had a seed, and I was paranoid I would lose her forever if she became encased. So against her will, I set up an event that would force her into a scenario where she had to get into the ritual to remove the entropy from her.
I see. I'm sorry. It's... A lot of people made a lot of difficult choices back then. And they weren't always the correct ones. And sometimes it was impossible to know, well, if a choice would lead to something good or bad. My own seed was burned out of me. Forcefully. I certainly didn't agree to it. I consider the people who did that, well, they saved my life.
A moment's respite.
I'm sure they would hate me if they ever saw me again, but, or at least they would be fearful. They weren't even trying to save me. They were just trying to hurt me. But nonetheless, I am, in a way, eternally grateful. Because I was so very close. So, in the end, it wasn't even a war, I could say. There was something different entirely. And it was awful. So I'm sorry. And at least for me, there is no judgment for the harsh choices you had to make. As I know there were choices I made, there were choices I've made, and many of them were bad, and many of them were cool, and many of them led to outcomes that we did not expect or want.
I began to learn shadow magic specifically because I planned on that ritual. And I thought that since there were no others who could use it, perhaps if I could wield it, I could make the ritual safer for her.
Hmm. Are you... Well, this might just be me, but it sounds like, in some ways, shadow is something that has caused you a lot of pain. In some ways, you could say. It is not something that you attach yourself to because of the joy in the magic.
It is because, after it all, it was all I had left. It's still all I really have left.
Hmm. I don't necessarily say that's true, Gascoigne. You have your life, after all. You have you have a position at the Academy, even if it was initially, even if it's based on your understanding of shadow magics. I'm sure that even if you switched gears, people would understand, and you could keep a position of some sort. And you have the bonds, you have the cluster. You have all the people you're meeting now. You have your future. There's so many things ahead of you that you can reach for. I'm not saying this to try and dissuade you from any one path or the other, but just to encourage you to think on it. I know that no matter the path, should you choose to delve deeper into the faith of Axiom, will is important. So you need to find what strengthens yours.
What strengthens mine is a promise I made 200 years ago. Her voice in the bonds asked me to keep on living on for her. And that is the only willpower I need. I do not have much family left. I do not have any friends. I do not have the woman I love the most in this world. But I will continue to survive. For there is nothing this world can throw at me I have not already experienced 1,000 times worse.
Survival is good.
Did I?
It will just
I did
encourage
tell you
you
about how I
to...
learned shadow magic, correct?
I believe I've heard, yes.
Put simply, there is no way of killing me that is harder to come back from than the trials I've already experienced.
I would simply The resilience is impressive, for certain. But I would encourage you to find more, well, things that cause that strength of will. As I know you say that promise is all you need. But connections grow stronger the more of them there are. The more tethers you have, the more connections. It's... It's good to have more than just one bond, I suppose. One reason. It can be small ones, it can be big ones. But I encourage you to try and let other things into your mind. Let other things fuel you.
The last time I did such a thing, they all died.
And you survived. You're still here. You said yourself you're resilient.
Yes, I am. But I should have likely died with them.
But you didn't. And now you continue.
I hear that guilt in you, Gascoigne, but... well, perhaps wishing that maybe you should have been. But you are here now. You
Hello.
back.
A moment.
Hi, Vita. I found her. She was passed out in front of the Illusion Leviathan's altar. Don't know why she's taking a nap there, but that's none of my business.
Well, I hope she'll be alright. You really shouldn't tamper with the Leviathans without understanding what you're doing.
What did you call her, Gascoigne? If that's something you're willing to share.
I don't think he mentioned it. We can speak on this more another time. I know now there's three of us, and that's a bit of a bigger conversation.
Oh, sorry, did I, interrupt?
You're quite alright, my lady. We were just discussing something of emotional sensitivity.
We were talking on the past.
It's a difficult subject, isn't it? I had someone write me a letter asking what rotlings were.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you already respond?
Oh, yes, I invited them over to the Rod House to discuss it.
Ah, I see.
I don't know if they're
shall
wakeful,
depart
but-
to not take up too much of your time.
But we love spending
Alright.
time with you, Gascoigne.
Gascoigne, you are one of our number. You are welcome here always. It's not a bother. But if you do wish to go elsewhere for the time being, you are, of course, more than welcome.
I was tasked with a project by Ishraval, which I need to work on still. It requires focus on the shadow magic within the altar as well.
Alright, well,
Of course.
take care and do keep in mind my words, please. At least turn them over in your head a few times. I would appreciate it. Take care.
Her name was Sylvia, but I called her Blue.
Sylvia's a lovely name.
It really is.
I should probably actually head to Torpor. It's late by my star.
Of course.
I suppose it is. It's such a shame that the blood moon. I'm being honest. Oh.
It's because I love you, Dory me. Dory my.
Missed you so very much.
Oh, thank you.
So much of a fright, Dorian, to never do it again.
I think next cycle we ought to do something as a little family and go on a hunt or something.
That or
Alright,
I
alright.
wondered, well, we did give over the spa to another of our cluster. Perhaps it's open. Dorian,
I don't know if it's open yet.
to go to a spa.
I would also love to go to the spa. I just don't know if it's open. I should ask her if the spa is open.
right now to tell her that you want to come.
I will do that. Let me handle it.
Make sure it's a Mistone. She's blind.
No, I will. I'll make sure it's in the stone. I'll send to her and I'll ask if they're, well, you know. But in any case, I will take care of that. You get some rest. I'll remain here because I really like the circle.
Be safe, please.
Of course, of course. If I sense any trouble, the door's just there behind me and I can run upstairs. No trouble at all.
Are you not going to Torpor yet, Dorian?
Oh no, I'm not going to Dorwood just yet.
Very well. I'm going to sleep. Barbados, did you hear my request?
What?
I'd like us to get together next cycle, do something fun. It's been a while since we've gotten together as a family.
Yes. Well, it's best that we do it together. And regrettably, we will have to carry our weapons with us in case
As you wish.
others take it as an opportunity.
Oh hell, the war's back on. We could do a little bit of reconnaissance or blow something up.
Oh, speaking of, well,
Of course.
went and killed and put on their own spears a good number of the Draculan guards at the south and western gates, as well as, well, left a trail of blood through the courtyard of their...
Make sure you don't attack them on your own. You attacking the rabble might call forth one of the more well,
Yes.
capable Noctum fighters, so do use caution when you're out by yourself, dear. Avoid it if you can.
I will. I leave you.
Alright, I love you all. I am going to go to talk.
I love you, my lady. Please rest.
I love you, Karina. I
You
love you,
win.
Dorian.
You win.
And I love you, Barbados. Wherever you run off to.
I love you
Feeling
too.
so much better. I felt like I was stuck under the biggest rain cloud in the whole wide world, and then you came back to your story. Now I'm feeling much better.
I
I'm
yield.
glad. I'm glad.
I'm going to
I'm glad you're okay too. You gave me quite the fright.
I...
Always, I'm impossible to kill.
Are you going to talk as well, Karina?
I hope she's right. I hope she is impossible to kill. Just, I worry, Dorian. You know I do.
I know you did.
Perhaps not yet. Maybe before too much longer. For now, I remain wakeful.
All right. Hmm.
Oh, right, you need to set the Mr. Domestea.
Yes, I need to do that. I just get a little self-conscious sending Miss Jones in front of people.
Alright, I'll give you a moment.
I did the few. Okay.
What?